Camaraderie is a fighting spirit that enhances teamwork and cooperation in the police organization. Article 6 Physical Fit Law enforcement officials shall be ensured the full protection of the health of persons in their custody, and in particularly shall take immediate actions to secure medical attention whenever required. Honesty. Officers who are trustworthy and who can be counted on to speak the truth even when the truth is embarrassing or results in a not guilty decision in case that is important to the officer. Problem solving. Displaying good temper. Officers who, when confronted with difficult situations, stay calm and who are able to withstand pressure to react physically or verbally. Courage. Officers who are willing to put themselves in harm's way in order to enforce the law, to protect people and property to prevent a crime. Patriotism. Patriotism manifests their love of country with a pledge of allegiance to the flag and a vow to defend the Constitution. The newspaper should put in its designated trash bin. Humbleness. An officer violating the signposts or the no smoking rules are humbled and listen to a officer on duty about the rules he violated. Generosity. A good Samaritan officer offers a food and drinks to a beggar on the street. It represents and shows the act of being generous to other people who's in need. A police officer who offer themselves off duty by volunteering and who try to better the life of others through community service. Spiritual beliefs. An officer prays for their safety and guidance to their duty. It is a confident that divine providence will grant them protection and safety. Loyal to duty. A police officer disguised as a buyer of drugs sends up the pusher or a drug dealer to his co-officer. All of the information details have been reported to his co-officer. Members are traditionally loyal to the organization, country, and people. Integrity. A police officer who committed a crime and surrendered himself due to his conscience. A civilian inviting the police officer for a party celebration, but the police officer declined and chose to serve on his duty. Patient. A civilian provoking and teasing a non-duty police officer for a fist fight, but then, as a result, a police officer shows only a patience to him. Walking with pride and dignity. An officer who walks with pride and dignity represents or shows how grateful he is or how proud he is as a police officer. Police officers grab their trash and use utensil as the manner of the Clego. Police officers practice the right behavior, especially the table manners. Confidential nature. Information obtained by reason of the position or officer held in which information has not been or will not be communicated to general public. Aggravating. A police officer committed a crime by abusing the weak civilian under his arm. Abusing a civilian by using a force without reason as a result of crime and violation. Dishonest police officer taking others' property or things and denying the accusation. Direct bribery. A law enforcement officer who accepts an offer, by himself or through another, with a view to committing a crime, in receiving money in consideration of doing something. A law enforcement officer agreeing to commit a crime in consideration of money. Manipulative. Manipulation is an exercise of harmful influence over others. People who manipulate others attack their mental and emotional sides to get what they want. Arresting without warrant. A police officer having probable cause to believe that a person has committed or is committing a felony shall have the authority to arrest the person without a warrant. Warrantless arrest is simply an arrest without a warrant. When police officers make a warranted arrest, a judge doesn't have a chance to determine ahead of time whether the police have a probable cause to make the arrest. Article 5 Toleration. Law enforcement officials inflict, tolerate an act of torture or other cruel, inhumane or degrading treatment or punishment as a negative trait of an officer. Malingering. Malingering is a falsification or profound exaggeration of illness to gain external benefits such as avoiding work or responsibility. An officer on duty chose to travel with his body to another place to achieve their pleasure is an act of gallivanting. Offender is a public officer or employee who fails to resist rebellion by all means in power continue to discharge their duty in offices under the control. Being one-sided. Unfairly giving or dealing with only one side of contentious issue, discrimination in the performance of law enforcement duties or delivery of police service. Qualified bribery. Qualified bribery is committed by a public officer entrusted with law enforcement who refrains from arresting or prosecuting an offender who has committed a crime punishable by reclusion perpetua. Corruption of public officials is the crime committed by the private person who shall have made the offers or promises or given the gifts or presents to the public officers. Shouting or speaking in a hostile tone, saying inappropriate words or statements, using force to commit a physical abuse.